Seniors over 60. Breakfast mistakes that speed up aging and what to eat. Instead, vertical bar. Elderly health. Did you know that one simple mistake at breakfast could make your muscles weaker, your memory foggier, and your energy disappear before noon? Every day, millions of seniors begin their mornings with foods they believe are healthy. But science is telling us a different story. What if I told you that 4 of the most common breakfast choices among people over 60 are quietly causing inflammation, blood sugar crashes, and even accelerating aging? And on the flip side, just 4 simple swaps could drastically change how strong, sharp, and energized you feel. In this video, we'll walk through those critical mistakes and their solutions, based on peer-reviewed research and real results from seniors just like you. But before we reveal the foods to avoid and the ones to embrace, we need to understand something far more important. Because this story doesn't start with what's on your plate, starts with why breakfast matters more than ever, especially after age 60. Number 1. The silent saboteur. Why breakfast matters more after 60. For much of our lives, we think of breakfast as optional. A quick coffee, a muffin on the go, maybe a sugary cereal if we feel lazy. But after age 60, that casual attitude becomes dangerous. You see, as we age, our body's systems start to shift. Muscles become harder to maintain. Blood sugar becomes more sensitive. Inflammation becomes easier to trigger. And unfortunately, breakfast is often the hidden trigger behind all 3. Let's break it down. After a full night's sleep, your body is in a fasted state. Your muscles are hungry for protein. Your brain needs stable glucose. And your metabolism is ready to either build or break down. The very first thing you eat, your breakfast, decides which direction your body takes. If you start the day with refined carbohydrates, added sugars, or inflammatory oils, your body is thrown into crisis mode. Insulin spikes, cortisol rises. Your body holds on to fat and starts breaking down muscle tissue instead of preserving it. Even worse, the inflammation triggered by that innocent meal doesn't just affect your stomach. It reaches your brain, your joints, your heart. And over time, it quietly robs you of strength, clarity, and independence. A recent study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that older adults who consumed high glycemic breakfasts had 47% higher levels of inflammatory markers for up to 6 hours after eating. 6 hours. That's most of your day gone to internal stress, without you even knowing. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt tired, moody, or mentally foggy by mid-morning even when you had a full breakfast? That may not be normal aging. That may be a bad breakfast doing silent damage. The good news? This is completely reversible. Science shows that seniors who begin their day with protein-rich, anti-inflammatory meals experience more stable energy, better memory, and even improved balance and strength. It's not about eating less. It's about eating smarter. So before we dive into the worst and best breakfast foods, remember this. After 60, breakfast is not just a meal, it's your morning medicine. Coming up next, let's look at one of the most deceptively healthy items in the grocery store aisle that's actually harming millions of seniors each week. Stay with me. Number 2. Mistake 1. The instant oatmeal trap. Heart, healthy, or blood sugar bomb. It's labeled as Heart Healthy. It comes in convenient little packets, and it's been a staple in American breakfast aisles for decades. But for seniors over 60, instant oatmeal might be doing far more harm than good. Let's be clear, oats, in their natural state, can be incredibly nourishing. They contain beta-glucan fiber, which supports cholesterol balance and digestive health. But instant oatmeal? That's a very different story. Most instant oatmeal packets are heavily processed. The oats are pre-cooked, rolled thin, and broken down to make them cook faster. That convenience comes at a cost. Your body digests these oats almost instantly, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar levels similar to eating white bread or even table sugar. And that's just the beginning. Many of these packets contain more than 18 grams of added sugar per serving. That's over 4 teaspoons of sugar before 9 a.m. Maltodextrin. A common additive is often added to enhance texture. But here's what you might not know. Maltodextrin spikes insulin levels faster than regular sugar. For seniors, whose insulin sensitivity is already declining, this creates a dangerous metabolic roller coaster. You eat the oatmeal, your blood sugar spikes, insulin floods your system. Then, a crash comes, leaving you tired, irritable, and craving more food. In a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consumed a high glycemic breakfast like instant oatmeal experienced a 47% increase in inflammatory markers for the next 6 hours. That means your joints, your brain, even your immune system could be silently suffering long after breakfast ends. And over time, those daily sugar spikes add up. They increase the risk of insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes, fatigue, and muscle loss. But here's what's important to understand. The problem isn't oatmeal itself, it's how we prepare and process it. If you enjoy oat sand, many seniors there is a better way. Choose steel-cut or whole rolled oats. Soak them overnight, cook them slowly, and skip the sugar. Add cinnamon for flavor. Top it with a few wild blueberries or a spoonful of flaxseed. Now, instead of a blood sugar bomb, you've created a slow-release anti-inflammatory meal that supports your heart, your muscles, and your mind. Here's the simple lesson. Convenience should never come at the cost of your health, especially not first thing in the morning. Coming up next, we'll take a closer look at another popular breakfast item that hides behind health claims, but may actually be worse than candy. It's something found in almost every senior's fridge. Let's talk about flavored yogurt. Number 3. Mistake 2. The yogurt illusion. How healthy turns harmful. It's smooth. It's creamy. It's marketed as a smart, nutritious choice for your morning routine. But for seniors over 60, that little cup of flavored yogurt might be delivering more harm than health. Let's uncover the truth. Flavored yogurt is one of the most deceptive foods in the supermarket. The label says it contains calcium, probiotics, and protein. All things we're told are good for aging bones and digestion. But here's what the label doesn't highlight. The sugar content. Many flavored yogurts contain as much or more sugar than a candy bar. A single serving can have up to 22 grams of added sugar. That's over 5 teaspoons in one small cup. And when you eat that first thing in the morning, your body gets hit with a surge of glucose, pushing your blood sugar and insulin levels into chaos. The result? Fatigue, inflammation, and cravings just hours later. But sugar isn't the only concern. Most commercial yogurt brands also contain artificial flavors, thickeners, sweeteners, and even food coloring. These additives don't just disrupt gut health. They trigger low-grade inflammation that can affect the brain, immune system, and muscle recovery. In one study published in the Journal of Gerontology, seniors who consumed high-sugar dairy for breakfast saw a 34% increase in markers of inflammation just 2 hours after eating. And that type of inflammation is linked to faster cognitive decline and accelerated muscle loss in older adults. And what about the low-fat versions? They might sound better, but removing the fat often means adding even more sugar to compensate for the lost flavor. That creates a lose-lose situation. Without fat, the absorption of vitamins A, D, E, and K is impaired. Without fat, blood sugar regulation becomes harder. For seniors, both of these functions are vital. So what's the smarter choice? Plain Greek yogurt. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and naturally contains probiotics to support digestion. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon. Add your own fresh berries. Suddenly, you've created a balanced, nutrient-dense meal that helps stabilize energy, protect your brain, and support lean muscle. Here's the takeaway. Not everything labeled healthy is good for you. And when it comes to yogurt, flavor often hides a problem. If you want to support your body after 60, keep it simple, real, and low in sugar. Now, Let's move to one of the biggest breakfast deceptions of all time, one that affects nearly every household in America. It's the cereal aisle. What's hiding behind the bright colors and bold health claims might shock you. Number 4. Mistake 3. Cereal culture. Why your favorite bowl may be aging you. It's colorful, it's crunchy, and it promises whole grains and fiber on the box. For decades, breakfast cereal has been a symbol of convenience and health. But for seniors over 60, this everyday comfort food may be quietly accelerating aging from the inside out. Let's break down why. Most commercial cereal, the ones labeled multigrain, bran, or heart healthy, are highly processed. The grains have been ground down, stripped of fiber, and reconstituted with synthetic vitamins and sugars. What you're left with is a bowl of quick-digesting carbohydrates that send your blood sugar soaring. And when that blood sugar spikes, your body responds with a flood of insulin, followed by a crash. For aging bodies, this pattern isn't just exhausting, it's inflammatory. In fact, research from the British Medical Journal found that regular consumption of processed breakfast cereals increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 21%, especially in older adults. Another large study showed that seniors who regularly ate cereal for breakfast were 36% more likely to gain abdominal fat after age 60. And abdominal fat is more than just a number on the scale. It's hormonally active. It produces inflammatory chemicals that damage muscle tissue, impair circulation, and increase the risk of stroke and heart disease. So that bowl of cereal might seem harmless, but it could be starting your day with inflammation and long-term metabolic damage. Even cereals marketed as no added sugar are often sweetened with malt extract, fruit juice concentrate, or artificial flavorings. These still raise blood sugar levels and do little to nourish the body. The real problem? They're easy to chew. For seniors with dental issues, cereal feels like a soft, convenient option. But in reality, it delivers very little fiber, protein, or long-lasting energy. Here's a better way to think about it. If your breakfast comes from a box with a cartoon character or bold health claims, it's probably not designed with your long-term health in mind. Real nutrition rarely needs flashy packaging. A better alternative? Try a bowl of warm steel-cut oats, topped with cinnamon and a handful of nuts, or a soft scrambled egg with sautéed greens. These choices take just a few extra minutes, but they give back hours of stable energy and long-term benefits. The lesson is simple. When it comes to cereal, convenience has replaced quality. And for seniors seeking strength, clarity, and resilience, that trade-off is far too costly. Next, we'll look at the most common breakfast pairing in American homes: white toast with margarine and jam. It sounds simple and harmless, but when we peel back the science, you'll see why it's considered one of the most damaging breakfast habits for older adults. Number 5. Mistake 4. The classic combo that wreaks havoc. White toast plus margarine plus jam. It's fast. It's familiar. And for many seniors, it's a nostalgic way to start the morning: white toast with margarine and a smear of jam. But this seemingly innocent breakfast staple might be delivering one of the harshest blows to your long-term health. Let's take a closer look. White bread is made from refined flour. That means the fiber, minerals, and nutrients have been stripped away, leaving behind pure starch. When you eat it, your body rapidly converts it into glucose, spiking your blood sugar in minutes. It's the same kind of spike you'd get from drinking soda. Now, add margarine spread, often made from industrial seed oils like soybean or canola. These oils are rich in omega-6 fats, which, in excess, promote oxidative stress and systemic inflammation. Then comes the jam. Most commercial jams are loaded with added sugars or high-fructose corn syrup. When you spread it over white bread and top it with margarine, you've created the perfect storm: fast-burning sugar, inflammatory fat, and zero fiber or protein to slow the damage. According to a study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Seniors who regularly consumed refined bread combined with trans fats were 48% more likely to experience cognitive decline over 5 years. Another study in the European Journal of Endocrinology found that blood sugar fluctuations from high glycemic breakfasts decreased insulin sensitivity in older adults by over 30%. This isn't just about energy crashes. Over time, this type of breakfast contributes to muscle loss, weakened blood vessels, and chronic inflammation that damages your brain, heart, and joints. You may not feel it immediately, but your body notices, and it responds by breaking down faster than it should. Even whole wheat toast, while slightly better, may still cause issues for those with blood sugar imbalances or gluten sensitivity. So what's the takeaway? Familiar doesn't always mean safe. You don't have to abandon toast altogether, but upgrade it. Choose sprouted grain bread with real fiber and nutrients. Swap margarine for grass-fed butter or avocado. Replace sugary jam with mashed berries or even a thin layer of almond butter. These small shifts make a big difference, especially when repeated every morning. Breakfast should never rob you of strength. It should build it. Now that we've uncovered the 4 biggest breakfast mistakes, it's time to shift focus. Because just as the wrong foods can accelerate aging, the right foods can do the opposite. In the next section, we'll explore one surprising superfood that takes just minutes to prepare but offers hours of stable energy, mental clarity, and anti-inflammatory power. Let's begin with chia seed pudding. Number 6. The game changer. How small breakfast swaps restore strength. After hearing about the 4 most common breakfast mistakes, you might be wondering, is it too late to change? The truth is, it's never too late. In fact, for seniors over 60, small, consistent shifts in your morning routine can restore energy, protect your muscles, and even sharpen your memory. This is where everything changes. One of the most powerful findings in nutritional science isn't about extreme diets or complicated meal plans. It's about simple substitutions. Because just one smart breakfast swap can create measurable improvements in your body within weeks. In a recent study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, seniors who replaced a high-sugar breakfast with a fiber-rich, protein-balanced meal experienced a 52% drop in inflammatory markers in just 8 weeks. Their walking speed improved, their memory tests got better, and most importantly, they felt stronger. Let's make it practical. Instead of pouring cereal into a bowl, try warm steel-cut oats topped with cinnamon and chia seeds. Instead of instant oatmeal with brown sugar, choose overnight oats with almond milk and wild blueberries. Swap flavored yogurt for plain Greek yogurt with fresh berries and a handful of walnuts. Replace white toast and margarine with sprouted grain bread and avocado or almond butter. These aren't sacrifices, they're upgrades. And here's the beautiful part: your body responds quickly. After just a few days of better breakfast choices, many people report fewer crashes, steadier moods, and clearer focus throughout the morning. Over time, these small changes compound, improving insulin sensitivity, reducing inflammation, and preserving lean muscle mass. Think of breakfast as your daily prescription you fill, not at the pharmacy, but in your own kitchen. The lesson is simple. It's not about eating less, it's about eating differently. And when you choose foods that support your aging body instead of stressing it, everything begins to shift. Up next, we'll begin exploring the 4 breakfast superfoods that every senior should consider adding to their routine. First on the list, a tiny seed with surprising strength. Let's take a closer look at chia seed pudding and why it may be the most overlooked tool for restoring energy and reducing inflammation after 60. Number 7. Power Food 1. Chia pudding. The fiber-filled anti-inflammatory secret. It's small, it's simple, and it might just be one of the most powerful breakfast additions for anyone over 60. We're talking about chia seeds. At first glance, chia seeds don't look like much. But when soaked overnight, they transform into a gentle, pudding-like meal that's packed with nutrients your aging body craves, without causing a single spike in your blood sugar. Let's start with what makes chia seeds so unique. Just 2 tablespoons provide 10 grams of fiber and 4 grams of plant-based omega-3 fats. That combination alone is a game changer. The soluble fiber in chia forms a gel in your gut, slowing digestion and helping to stabilize blood sugar. Meanwhile, the omega-3s work quietly in the background, reducing inflammation throughout the body from your joints to your brain. In fact, a study in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging showed that seniors with higher fiber and omega-3 intake had significantly lower rates of insulin resistance and muscle loss. That means chia pudding doesn't just help you feel full, it helps you stay strong. But there's more. Chia seeds also support gut health by feeding beneficial bacteria. And gut health, especially in older adults, plays a bigger role than most people realize. A balanced gut improves nutrient absorption, immunity, and even cognitive function. Preparing chia pudding couldn't be easier. Take 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Add half a cup of almond milk or coconut milk. Stir. Let it sit overnight in the fridge. By morning, you'll have a creamy, nutrient-dense pudding. Top it with cinnamon, fresh berries, or a few crushed walnuts. No added sugar, no artificial ingredients, just slow-burning, anti-inflammatory fuel to start your day right. Now here's the lesson. When it comes to aging well, it's not always about what you remove. Sometimes, it's about what you add. And chia pudding is a perfect example. A small, affordable, low-effort habit that delivers big results over time. Coming up next, we'll explore another surprising food that's rarely seen on the breakfast table, but has the power to improve blood flow, muscle performance, and even memory in just days. Let's talk about beets, and why a simple beet smoothie could become your secret weapon for longevity. Number 8. Power Food 2. Beet smoothies, the circulation boost most seniors overlook. Beets may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of breakfast. But for seniors, this humble root vegetable could hold the key to better blood flow, stronger muscles, and sharper thinking all before noon. Let's unpack why. Beets are one of the richest natural sources of dietary nitrates. When consumed, these nitrates are converted by your body into nitric oxide compound that relaxes and widens blood vessels. The result? Improved circulation, better delivery of oxygen to your muscles and brain, and enhanced performance across every system in your body. This matters even more after age 60. As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose flexibility. Circulation slows. Muscles recover more slowly. The brain gets less oxygen. And that's when fatigue, forgetfulness, and weakness start to creep in sometimes, so gradually we barely notice. But science is clear. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors who drank beetroot juice daily improved their walking speed by 19% and muscle oxygenation by 21%. Another study at Wake Forest University showed significant boosts in brain function, especially in the frontal lobe, which governs decision-making and memory after just 4 days of beet supplementation. And the best part? You don't have to eat raw beets or spend hours in the kitchen. A simple beet smoothie takes just minutes. Blend half a cup of cooked beets with water or almond milk, add a squeeze of lemon for balance, and a few berries or a banana to soften the earthy flavor. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes before activity, whether it's a morning walk, a stretching session, or household chores. You'll notice the difference. Many seniors report increased stamina, mental clarity, and reduced joint stiffness within days of making beets a regular part of their routine. Here's the lesson. When blood flow improves, everything improves: your energy, your mood, your memory, even your ability to heal. And beets offer that benefit naturally, affordably, and without side effects. Coming up next, we'll turn to a breakfast food that has long been misunderstood. Once feared for its cholesterol, it's now recognized as one of the most complete and protective foods for aging bodies. Let's take a closer look at pasture-raised egg sand, why they may be essential for strength, cognition, and recovery after 60. Number 9. Power Food 3. Pasture-raised eggs, the muscle-preserving morning staple. For years, eggs were unfairly blamed for raising cholesterol. But today, science has turned that belief on its head, especially for seniors seeking strength, balance, and long-term vitality. In fact, pasture-raised eggs may be one of the most complete and protective breakfast foods you can eat after 60. Let's start with the basics. Each large egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality, easily absorbable protein. And that matters, because after age 60, your body becomes less efficient at building and preserving muscle. That's why seniors need even more protein per pound of body weight than younger adults. In a long-term study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consumed at least 25 grams of protein at breakfast were able to maintain 45% more muscle mass compared to those who started their day with primarily carbohydrates. But eggs offer more than just protein. They're rich in choline nutrient, essential for memory, mood, and brain cell communication. They also provide vitamin D for bone health, B12 for nerve function, selenium for immune support, and healthy fats that help regulate hormones and blood sugar. And pasture-raised eggs go a step further. Because the hens are allowed to roam outdoors and eat a natural diet, these eggs contain significantly higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D compared to conventional eggs. That's a powerful advantage for aging muscles and minds. How you cook your eggs also matters. Skip the vegetable oils, which can trigger inflammation. Instead, use a small amount of grass-fed butter or olive oil, or try poaching or boiling. These methods preserve nutrients and keep your meal easy to digest. Soft scrambled, over easy, poached or hard-boiled. However you enjoy them, eggs are versatile, satisfying, and supportive of your aging body. And for seniors with difficulty chewing, eggs offer a soft texture that still delivers strength-building benefits without digestive stress. Here's the lesson. Don't fear the egg. Embrace it, especially when it comes from a pasture-raised source. It's not just a breakfast food. It's a compact, nutrient-dense tool for preserving independence, muscle mass, and cognitive clarity. Now, we've covered fiber, blood flow, and protein. But there's one more breakfast superfood that ties it all together. A tiny fruit with powerful effects on inflammation, brain health, and blood sugar balance. Let's explore wild blueberries and why just 1 cup a day could change the way you age. Number 10. Power Food Fear. Wild blueberries. Tiny berries. Massive brain impact. They may be small, but wild blueberries deliver one of the biggest boosts to brain and body health, especially for seniors. And what's more remarkable? Just 1 cup a day can begin making a difference in less than 3 months. Let's take a closer look. Wild blueberries are packed with anthocyaninsa, specific type of antioxidant that helps repair aging brain tissue, reduce oxidative stress, and improve blood flow. These deep purple pigments don't just color the berries, they protect your cells. A groundbreaking study published in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed wild blueberries daily showed measurable improvements in memory, focus, and attention span after just 90 days. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition reported a 52% reduction in inflammation markers among seniors who included wild blueberries in their regular meals. But not all blueberries are created equal. Most of the berries sold in plastic containers at the grocery store are large, cultivated varieties. While still nutritious, they have far fewer active compounds than wild blueberries, which are smaller, darker, and richer in polyphenols. Here's why that matters. Wild blueberries don't just protect your brain. They also help regulate blood sugar, support muscle recovery, and improve coordination, 3 critical pillars of healthy aging. And unlike many sweet fruits, they have a low glycemic impact, making them a smart choice for those with insulin sensitivity or prediabetes. They're easy to add to your breakfast. Toss a handful into your chia pudding. Stir them into plain Greek yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie with beets or leafy greens. Whether fresh or frozen, wild blueberries retain their nutrient power and taste. Just avoid the dried or sugar-coated versions, which cancel out their benefits. The lesson here is simple. Sometimes, the most powerful tools for protecting your health don't come in a bottle. They come from nature untouched, unprocessed, and perfectly suited for the needs of an aging body and mind. And now, you've seen the full picture. From harmful habits to healing foods, breakfast is no longer just a routine. It's your front line of defense. In the final section, we'll tie everything together so you can take what you've learned today and turn it into a morning ritual that truly supports the life you want to live. Let's bring it all home.